So Lori, how was your day today?
It was okay. I just woke up, did those typical things, ran some errands, went through the checklist of things that needed to be taken care of, and that was about it. It was okay.
Okay, so how was your week? I know you were a little anxious about the anniversary coming up.
That's true. It always catches me, and I have to sort of sit back and take a deep breath and basically look at how I used to treat those occasions and change my reactions. It's been really tough. Losing people who are really close to you just brings up a lot of discomforts that you don't want to face, and I realized that it caused me a lot of problems in my current life because I wasn't handling it very much, and I thought no one else is going to do it for me, so I have to help myself.
So you're feeling that you need to help yourself and that nobody else can do it for you, and that you're still feeling a little bit worried.
Yeah, because in the past, my reactions were so bad. I would just sort of curl up, go to bed, isolate myself, and close off from the world. And it just brought me to a really bad and frightening place.
So now you're saying that you would close yourself off from other people, you would feel frightened. So how did you deal with this past week with the anniversary? Did you have any other feelings?
Started to change my whole outlook on it. The situations were really, really terrible, but where they led to wasn't the way it always was. I can recall wonderful occasions with my dad before his death, and I just decided to take hold of all the positive things that had happened through my life because he was such a positive man, and I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't from watching him. And he was never really sad, and he always had a smile for everyone, and I just sort of thought, in tribute to his legacy, if I behaved different, it just might make me feel better.
Okay, so sounds like he was a great man and a good influence on you. And last week we talked about looking for other ways to look at the situations that you encounter. So did you think about anything we discussed last week?
Well, yeah, I did, and I think that I carried that out pretty well. Initially, usually when you wake up in the morning, when it's a bad day or a bad memory that comes to mind, you have a tendency to want to go to the negative, but I took hold of myself and I just basically refused to go there. So yes, I did take hold of all of the suggestions. I started by first taking some deep breaths and then putting one foot ahead of the other and just saying I wasn't going to let my old habits get hold of me or defeat me like they did in the past, because it's risky. It's risky because I've in the past become very ill from the effects that it's had on me.
And how did it make you feel looking at it in a different way?
It made me feel glad. Every part of someone's life has a major impact on them, and I sort of associated it with, like I said before, honoring my dad and how wonderful he was to other people, and how I can remember even when he had a miserable day, he always wore a smile. So I just thought to myself, despite all of the bad things about his loss, I would have never experienced good things if he hadn't been at all. So that's
a good way to look at it. Yeah. So can you think of anybody in your life that is supportive of you during these times when you're feeling, anxious or?
It's hard, but and sometimes there's avoidance connected with it, because my mom has always been a wonderful support, but there were times when we couldn't really talk about anything. It was just too close and too cutting to come to terms, knowing that we each had a relationship with the same man in a totally different capacity. But I don't know. She just seems to help me bring out the best in myself, just with sort of reinforcing all of the things that we personally know about him and how lovely he was.
So I want to say that that's great that you're looking at things differently. You're dealing with your anxieties differently, and you have somebody to support you, and that I hope that you'll continue to work on that. And I want to also let you know that I think you're doing a great job handling and changing. And is there anything else that you'd like to?
Thank you. It means a lot, because he was one of the biggest supporting advocates of my well-being, and it's just nice to feel the same concern from someone else. Thank you.
And you miss him.
Yeah.